Hello friends, how are you doing today? This is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. I hope you're having a great day or going to have a great day. This is Monday and I'm just here to share with you a little package I received from Postal Love. I get her Patreon every month. If you're not familiar, I will link her Patreon link below. And she has a 3 tiers, and I've got the lowest tier, the $7.50, and she has a medium, which of course has more goodies, and then a large one that has more goodies. So you know, lots of options, but the $7.50 I think has been good for me. It's not overwhelming. I've been able to kind of keep up with it and use it pretty much up each month, and I like that. I don't mind some stuff sitting around, but I don't want a lot of stuff sitting around. So anyway, she sends it in this really cute airmail envelope with lots of stamps you can use. And then the back, she always seals it with a wax seal, at least all the ones I've received. This is my third one. And this is a pretty little pink wax seal with looks like a flower. Yeah, flower. I almost thought it was a butterfly, but I think it's a flower. Some little washi here, and then I covered up her return address there, but it opens here. It opened here at the end is where I opened it, and she always has it covered in plastic, so it arrives in really good condition. So I already opened it because I wanted to see what I had to work with, because I already have a little project. I wanted to plan a little project here that we could go ahead and get started on. So this month, I think I got some tickets last month too, and I think I used them all up. I really love the tickets. So these are papery, a nice strip of that. These papery green ones, they have like all kinds of fun numbers and things, which I like. All of that, different from anything I have, right? And these are original, authentic, vintage items that she sends. They're not from China or anything like that, like printed in China or whatever, wherever and sent from China. They are original, authentic goodies. So this one here, let's see. It's a similar, lighter green, but these are cardstock, also with numbers and things on them. Very cool. A strip of those, and then these two are the same. Oh, this one's a little bit more heavy cardstock than this one. This is more papery. Again, with lots of pretty numbers and words. Transport services. And their consecutive numbers, 82, 83, 84. And this one's a little bit thicker, like cardstock almost. Like a thin cardstock, but thicker than paper, really. And a strip of those, also transport services. So good amount of tickets. And then here's some other goodies. We've got 2 pictures. So here's a picture of this cute little boy with, it looks like a hula hoop. I don't know. I mean, it looks like, I don't know when the hula hoop was invented. So I don't know if that's really a hula hoop or what. I mean, maybe something else. It just is a circle there, a circular thing he's holding. And it's an old black and white picture. Here's the back of it. Doesn't have any kind of a date on it, but very cool photo number, or photo something, maybe an address there. So it has some lines here like it's a postcard. See that? Not sure. Anyway, really cute black and white old photo. And this looks like a cabinet card. It's very thick, and it has, this is the back, this is the front. A little picture of this it looks like a young girl. And look at her outfit. Anyway, and then we've got some labels, which I love labels, of course. This one here, it's paper. Very cool. Old label. These 2 are really cool. They're from Rexall drugstores. Isn't that cool? This one's more like slick on the front, and this is more of a matte finish. This one's gummed on the back. This one is also, okay. So those 2 cute labels. That'll be fun to use. Let's see, I showed you this one. And then a bunch of pretty stamps, postage stamps. So all kinds of, from kind of all over. It looks like Canada, Helvetia, or Helvetia, however you say that, I'm not sure. And then I'll just show you the other ones. Here's a real pretty one too, with looks like a daffodil. And here's one here, Europa. And just a bunch of, here's some more Canada, bunch from Canada. And I love postage stamps, so they're like little works of art. You know what I mean? I always like to look to see what is on them, especially when they're from other countries, because those are really different from what I'm used to, right? So, not sure who that is. I can't really read the writing there, but it's covered up with a postmark. That's a pretty one, like a starry sky. A man from Canada, not sure. And there's another Canada. Ooh, there's a Canada with Canadian geese. Yep, we have those in North Carolina. I think they're all over the United States by now, right? There's a pretty one. Oh, this is what is this, a house or a building? That's pretty. Right here, this orange one, orangey. This is Canada, a little tiny one. The pink or reddish color there, purplish. That's neat. It's kind of mid-century modern looking with the space kind of graphics there. Oh, here's the Queen. Is that Canadian or not sure, but that's the Queen. A Queen, probably Queen Elizabeth. And here's another one that looks like it might be Queen Elizabeth. Cool, right? So a bunch of postage stamps. So I already picked out a little project. I have some things that I've set aside that I want, little booklets and things that I want to make into, you know, journals and little notebooks and things. And so this is one of them. This is the biggest one. All the rest are smaller. But I showed you this in one of my Thrifty Thursdays, and I think I brought it home just like this. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing inside. It was just this cover. And see how it's got, it once upon a time must have had some staples here. Stapled in the, you know, where the pages were, and they were apparently torn out. So I thought maybe I could do something with this. So let me grab my paper cutter. Just one second. Yeah, so I thought I pulled out this. I was trying to decide I want to line this something and kind of, you know, restore it here, really, to begin with, because it's very, it looks pretty old. Does it have any type of date? Here, let me see. I do not see, I see a time here, 9 a.m. Advertisement for something here. Radio station. 103 household hints and work savers. And I like all these retro, but no date. So anyway, I have these, some of these envelopes that I had picked up at a thrift store, and they're just old envelopes from a school, but they are very thick. Like, they're just not regular brown envelope. They're more like file folder thickness. So I thought, I hadn't done this with them before. I was actually going to grab a file folder, and then I saw these. I was like, oh, let me grab that because they're, you know, brown, kind of already vintagey looking, right? And I could maybe line, let me cut off both sides, line the inside of this little booklet cover with some of this brown envelope. So I thought we'd get started on that during this Postal Love unboxing and see what we can get done. And that will be one of my projects for this week. Let me see if I can get this cut off here. There we go. And then I have a couple of things I want to work on this week. So yeah, lots of crafting plans. Let me cut these off even here. Okay, so let's see. What size do I need? I need the size of this file folder. So let me see how this fits on here. Yeah, I could fit it like just like that. So I can cut right here. Let's see if this will kind of fit in my paper cutter. About right there. I think I'm going to cut about right there. And if I need to cut a sliver off later, I will. But I don't want to cut it too short to begin with. So it's longer than my paper cutter. I'm going to have to snip this end off. When I take it out, it won't cut all. Well, maybe it will cut all the way down there. We'll see when we take it out, right? Let's see. Yeah. I gotta use my scissors down here. So I think this part's gonna get cut off anyway. It's too wide. So, but yeah, I thought I'd make this into a cute little, you know, journal. Really, I could make it into a journal. It's once it's folded, it's going to be. Let's see, where is my ruler? 5 1/4 wide by about 8 inches long. So yeah, a nice sized journal. So let's see that let's see how we did here with the cutting. Looks good there. Now we need to cut the sides, so let me put that right up to where that little piece is. Yep. Okay. I'm going to just cut one side of this off. I'm going to cut this side here. There's a double thickness right here on either side from where the envelope was together. So I'm going to cut this one off. And then the other one will have to keep part of that for our width. So, yeah. That's double thickness there. And then this, so we've got this going. Yeah, I thought this was really sturdy it up. I wanted something to really sturdy it up. You know, like a regular kind of cardstock covered journal. So, all right. Looks good, looks good. Now, let's see how we can glue. See, this was the outside, but this is going to be glued down. So to just have this plain craft colored inside. Okay. All glued down so it'd be nice and sturdy. Kind of want to fold it first, I think, just to make sure of how it's fitting in here. So and then I'll also have to reinforce this spine, so on the outside here, definitely have to do that too. So we're going to have to cover up some of these, little bit of these graphics, but I'll cover up as least as possible. I don't know what width yet, I haven't decided, but I think I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac on here. This is so thick that I feel like it needs some Fabri-Tac to really hold it together. I mean, art glitter glue would probably work, but I just would feel better about the strength of this because this is so thick. I would feel better about this being held down with. I'm going to put some right in the middle on this little fold here too. I'm going to put it all over, but I want to make sure I get some right here. I think I'll do 1/2 at a time because this dries so fast. I've got my fan on today. So it has cooled off a lot here in North Carolina, but you know, it still warms up in the middle of the day. So got my fan on, air conditioning on, you know, type of thing. This is the south, even though it's kind of like north of the south, north-south, right? And it's one of the most northern southeastern, northern southeastern part of the United States. And then you get into above North Carolina, you get into the northeastern, right? That's how I look at it. So, yeah. But yeah, it has cooled off a lot, so it's been really nice. Morning, really cool mornings, really. I almost need a sweater or a light sweater, maybe, or a long sleeve shirt. And then, let me get this down here. Really quick, let me put it like this, because I want to see where this is going. Okay, so I'm going to line up that fold that we did. Make sure the edges are together here. Hold on, let me pick that up again. I guess I need to do the edge first because it was too far from the edge that way. So yeah, you have a few seconds to move around, but not too much. Okay, that looks better. Much better. It's right up to the edge, top, bottom, and edge over here. Okay, and I've got these new little tools. Let me show you. Let me grab them real quick. They're really cute. I got these from my daughter-in-law. She had a little shadow box that she had some stuff in, and it involved sand. It was a little, the moldable, you know, play sand. And she had some kind of a little shadow box thing going on there. And I think she had some things from their wedding in there or something. Anyway, she didn't want to deal with that sand, I don't think, anymore. And that shadow box took up a lot of room. And it sat on a shelf or something. It wasn't on the wall because it had sand in it. So she had these tools in there where you could actually, these little tools, I guess, I don't know if they're sand tools, supposed to be sand tools or what. I guess they are. But I was like, aren't these cool? I can use these in my craft room. A little roller. I mean, I can use that right now. You know what I mean? I was playing with them. I was like, I can totally use this. You know what I mean? Like this, that one. This one's like a little scraper you can use to really, you know. And this is the same thing. Like you're using a credit card. I can use that. Like you use a credit card or whatever. You know, to just smooth out that glue. And this is the same thing, kind of a scraper thing. So I got all kind of scrapers here and a roller now, because she said, what do you want any of this? And I took these. I didn't keep the shadow box. I didn't really need that or need that taking up space or anything, but I kept those little tools. I thought they would come in handy, and that really did come in handy there. So that was cool that she gave me those. She doesn't like clutter either. I don't either. And she doesn't she likes clutter less than me, I think. Or maybe the same, because the second things start getting cluttered, she's like, this has got to go to Goodwill. This has got to go in the trash. And we've got to have a yard sale type of thing. She does not like clutter. And I know when they first got married, they've been married 5 years now, but my oldest son and my daughter-in-law, but yeah, when they first got married, I think my son was a little like, I mean, he never said anything, but I think he was a little like, oh, we got to get rid of that. We got to get rid of this. Oh, this is my whatever. And wow, we really need to get rid of that, because she's decluttering all the time. And now he's gotten used to it. And he's just like, whatever you say, darling, type of thing. You know, happy life, happy wife, happy life, right? So yeah, I taught my boys right. So yeah, he doesn't care now. He's just like, whatever, honey. Do what you want. We'll do it whatever you want. Yeah, so anyway, we're getting this glued down. Got a lot of glue on there. I already had some on the center, but I put a little bit more there just to make sure, because the other might have dried. And that up there where it's kind of disintegrating. Okay, so let me get my little tools again and smooth this out. I was I forget what I was working on. I was working on something though where I could see through. I was putting two pieces of paper or two pieces of something together where I could see through one layer and I could see the glue, you know what I mean? And I was doing that, not necessarily with this tool, but maybe with this tool. I don't remember what tool, but it was some kind of a smoothing tool like this. And I could see the glue, and I could see where when I was doing this little scraping thing, it was actually smoothing out the glue, like streams and dots and things and clumps or whatever. You know, it was just smoothing it all out. So when you do this, like I can't see through this paper, but you know, now that I have seen that, I'm like, well, this really does, you know, I mean, I've done this, you know, I do this all the time, but now that I was able to see through that paper, I was like, wow, that really, you know, smoothing out this paper, it doesn't, you know, you might not think it's doing anything, but it really is. So I think we've got a good strong cover there now. So my next little thing I might do is cover this with something. I like to usually put fabric or lace or something really flexible there, not paper. So let me see, I got a few minutes, so let me see what I can grab real quick. Okay guys, I took a few minutes there to find the perfect thing. I found this strip, but that's all I had of this. This would be perfect if I had more of it, but this is all I had. I didn't feel like this was enough to put on the spine there. So I looked and looked and found this piece of embroidery here, really pretty. It's got stains and stuff on it, so I just had put it in my stash to use one day, and I thought I would probably use this end here to cover the spine. I just need a little piece here, really. So I don't know if I'll use any of the rest of it in this journal, but you know, I could use this end. So I'm going to cut this off. I just want to make sure of how. This doesn't really matter, I don't think, how much I cover up. I don't need to cover up a whole lot, but I would like it to go about 1 inch over here. And then I'm going to need to do something right here, put a little decoration right there later. So maybe, I don't know, that will come from here or not. It could. But I don't want to totally cover up these graphics right here because there's some cute little retro graphics right there. So I'm going to put it like that, just over the edge to cover up. I want to cover all this roughness right here. So about like that. About like that, I guess. This should be enough. And then I'll give myself 1 inch over here. Let me just make sure. I really would like it to go over a little bit more. But then you won't see the graphics so much. So I think I'll just move it over, and then if I need something up here in the corner, maybe I'll put something right there, because this is reinforced now with that covering in the back. But you know, it's a little rough right there, but it is an old booklet. So so about 1 inch over here, so about right there, 3 little scallops over. See if I can just cut a straight line here. Pretty thick right there. Okay, I'm going to concentrate on cutting a straightish line. This is not something I would tear, you know, like a sheet or just a regular piece of fabric. So I'm going to cut this. Let's see where I am. 1, 2, 3. So I should be straight if I'm about the 3rd scallop over, like where I started. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty straight. I think it'll be all right. Yeah. So I would go ahead and use some, well, you know what? Let me think about this for a second. How am I going to put pages in here? I'm probably going to sew them in. It's just going to be like one signature. So I might put this on after I sew in the pages so that I can cover up. Or do I want to cover up? I don't know. Let me think about this for a second. You know, I don't think I want to cover up the stitches because, you know, I'm going to need to think about that for a second. I might want to cover them up. I don't know. Let's just glue it down. I was going to glue it down, so let's glue it down and we'll just sew through that. It'll be all right. You know, I'll use I'll use a you know, wax cord that doesn't show up too much. So we're just going to go for it here. Okay, so a lot of, again, Fabri-Tac, about 1 inch over, and I can add more in the edges here. I just don't want to go over too far to begin with. And a little bit more here, and on the edge there. Okay, so let's get this down and then we'll see if we need any more. Yeah, this is the front here. This is the front. We're going over, just over a little bit, but not too far to cover up all of these graphics. Some of them are covered up. I can't help but cover up some of them, but as least as possible so that some of them still show. Okay. The glue is not showing through, so we're okay there as far as showing through this fabric. Okay, so let me see how we are here. good and glued down there in the front, on the top, bottom, on the top. It's hanging over a little bit here, but I think that's cool. Let's see how this edge is here. Yeah, we need a lot more here. I didn't want to go over too far and put the glue too far. It's beyond what I needed. So now I can get it exactly where I need it. Okay, now I'm going to push that down. Let's see how that's, let me pull it back. Let me spread that. I'm going to spread that glue out a little bit. Just want to make sure it's not going to show through or show any lines or anything. So, and I'm going to put a little glue right here where I snipped. This is on. This is sewn on right here, but I want to put a little glue underneath here just to have that kind of maybe help with a little bit of security there, and let that dry right there on with the embroidered border there. Okay, I think that'll be, might help a little bit with that. I'm not sure. We'll see how it dries. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Let's see. We need some more glue here. It looks like, let me see. Yep, we need some more glue here. Let's put some more glue right there and right here. Get that down. Okay, so we just have a little bit coming, peeking over the front here to stabilize our spine and kind of restore it, really. I'm just going to push that down into the glue so it glues nice and solid. A little bit right there. A little bit right here, I guess. This was a little piece that was not exactly perfect with, you know, the embroidered little scallop border there. This piece right here was kind of like a little frayed, but that's all part of being a vintage doily sometimes, right? Okay, all part of using one. All right, I think that's really cute, peeping over like that. And we've strengthened our spine now here, and then we've got this on the back. You know, I think I'll put a little trim here. Probably put a little trim here, and then I'll do something here. And I think that's all I have time for today, but I'll be working on that. A little trim, a little something for here, and then the pages, and then we'll see where we can go from there and decorate with some of our Postal Love goodies and other goodies from my stash here in my craft room. So I'll see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you have a great day. So happy crafting.